Rusame reader, Crow Song! And today I will be reading to you from Black Coffee by MysterySaviour. Now, on to Act 2, Chapter 29. And that's the story of how my father left me to inherit his massive drug ring, and I became a kingpin, even though all I want to do is start up a restaurant. What? You weren't listening, were you? Italy chuckled, kneading the dough on the counter that had flour peppered over it. Well, now I am! That sounds like an insane story. Well, you missed it. Italy shrugged. Dude, America whined. I want to hear the story. There was no story, Amy. Italy rolled her eyes affectionately. I was just telling you about my day because you asked. Oh. Italy gave him a silly smile and held out her hand. America grabbed a container of flour and placed it in her hand, not even needing to ask what she needed. She grabbed a few pinches of the white powder and sprinkled it over the kitchen island before continuing to knead the dough. Okay, I'm listening now. What's up? Italy raised an eyebrow. Are you now? Yes, what kind of question even is that? America asked indignantly, crossing his arms over his chest. Alright, what's 12 times 40? America narrowed his eyes at her, poking out his tongue. First of all, maths? That's a low blow, even for you. And second, how the hell does that test how well I'm listening? Well, if you weren't listening, you would have panicked and tried to answer it as quick as you could. But if you were listening, you'd be your usual sassy self and ask too many questions. America laughed loudly, uncrossing his arms and resting his hands on the counter he was sitting on. Touché, missy. It was Sunday, the one day of the week where Italy wasn't working her ass off running a company. She had started a business selling homemade jewelry and clothing when she was still in high school, and now owned one of the biggest fashion industries in the market. America and Italy, being cooking buddies, decided a long time ago to meet up every Sunday to cook whatever they liked. Every second Sunday, America was in charge of what they were cooking, while Italy had every other Sunday. Today was Italy's day, and since America was going away the next day on a trip his father had arranged with Russia's family, she had decided to make a classic. Pizza. No, but really, what's up with you? Usually, you're dying to talk about your week and all the crazy things going on in your life. Italy smirked, sliding her fingers across the surface of the counter to collect some of the flour and tapping America playfully on the nose, causing him to sneeze as some of the flour tickled his nose. But lately, you've been so quiet. America sighed, rubbing his nose with the back of his hand and flicking some of the basil that he had picked up from one of Italy's windowside plants, making her squeak in surprise. America snickered at her confusion and plucked a mint leaf as well, plopping it in his mouth and chewing on it smugly. Italy rolled her eyes and walked to the sink to wash her hands, flicking some of the water from her hands onto America, succeeding in making him shrink away and hiss like a cat. How dare? Quite easily, Italy snickered, flicking some more water on him and almost making him slide off the counter in surprise. I hate you. You know you love me. America sucked through his teeth, pouting dramatically. Sorry, sweetheart, but you're the only straight person in the room. Well, one of us had to grow a pair of balls. America made a gasp, akin to that of a tween having her acrylic nails labeled as tacky. Are you implying what I think you're implying, Italia? Oh no, you thinking. That's bad news for everyone. Italy teased, flicking him lightly. America winced, placing his hand over his heart as if he was personally offended. You wound me, Italy. I try. After 10 minutes or so of bickering later, their dough reminded them to hurry the fuck up and mold it into the perfect pizza. They had made the dough together, although America refused to knead the dough most of the time because he said it felt weird. Italy always teased him by calling him a principessa, which means princess. We like to have fun around here. Oh, I don't know if I've told you this, but you know my little bro Canada, right? America asked suddenly while he lathered sauce all over the pastry base, causing Italy to look up from slicing the garlic bread as she had made it the night before. Of course, why wouldn't I? You're right, dumb question, America admitted. But anyway, recently we made a pizza together and I left to go to the bathroom. And when I got back, he was putting pineapple on our pizza. Italy did a double take. Chicosa? That roughly translates to what? Yeah, and the weirdest part was America trailed off, becoming slightly bashful and hiding his face in his hair as best he could. It tasted kinda good. You ate it?! Italy cried, a horrified expression coming over her features. America hid behind his hair more while concentrating on his suddenly extremely interesting task of showering the sauced-up dough in shredded cheese. Maybe? Italy narrowed her eyes at him, glaring so hard she could burn a hole through his thick skull. You traitor! It really wasn't that bad. Maybe if you try it, you'll like it. No, never! Italy seethed, balling her hands into a fist. I can't dishonor my family like that. America gave her his best puppy dog eyes, pouting as realistically as possible and clasping his hands together in front of him to tie together the whole look. Pretty please, for me, your best pal? Italy frowned, cocking an eyebrow at him. No, Colombia is my best pal. America slumped. But as my faithful cooking buddy, I took an oath to always stay by you and try any food you dare to cook. Italy sighed defeatedly, walking to her fridge and grabbing a tin of pre-cut pineapple. She held it away from her at arm's length, grimacing at the very sight of it. It was clear that she was not at all okay with trying this, but she was going to for America's sake. Because if she was, she would have to cut the pineapple herself. She usually likes doing everything herself. Things in cans make her feel almost patronized in a way. She placed it next to the pizza, turning away immediately. Just do it quickly. I don't want this to be worse than it has to be. America chuckled, patting her back empathetically. I will, after we cook the dough and the cheese. Otherwise, it might burn or something. Italy nodded. Yes, you're quite right. The striped nation smiled at his friend comfortingly. Hey, thanks for trying this. I know it's a little out of your comfort zone. Sure, whatever. Italy glared up at him. You owe me. They stuck the pizza into the oven and waited around 10 minutes before taking it out and adding a few more toppings, sticking it back in and waiting the time for it to be fully ready. Once it was, America divided the pizza into 8 slices, as is tradition, and handed one to Italy. She narrowed her eyes at it and stared at the piece of food for almost a whole minute. America eating 3 slices in that time out of stress, before finally taking a hesitant bite right into a small piece of pineapple. America watched her intently as she chewed, biting his nails. She finally swallowed, and he anxiously asked, Well? Italy sighed. It's pretty good. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. Also, we have a Reddit now. Do what you please with that. It's the Rusame Crows. And I'm going to add it to the description of videos from now on. I'm not going to make any mentions of it in the videos themselves, but I'm going to have it in the description. But anyway, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.